Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and Happy New Year. I believe this is the first video where I'm actually talking to you in January 2020. I hope this year you smash all your goals. Talking of goals, that is what today's video is about. I will be telling you all of my sewing goals for 2020. Things that I want to achieve, ways I can step my game up, just all of those things. And hopefully by making a video about it, we can review at the end of the year and see how far I actually got. So, starting as I mean to go on, I've actually wrote down a list of all the sewing goals that I kind of want to achieve this year. There are a few things and I'm sure they may evolve and change over the year, but these are the core things that I want to achieve this year. This year is going to be the year of pants. That's right, I am going to be making all the pants. And that is because I am so intimidated by making like proper trousers. I don't really wear them. I don't really like sewing them. I hate flies. I'm just so bad at them. So the only way to get good at something is to practice. So I'm forcing myself to make one pair of pants every month. I pretty much wear the same 2 pairs of jeans and the same 5 pairs of leggings every single day. I just rotate those ones, and all of them apart from 2 pairs of leggings were store-bought, and I don't really like that. I don't like that. I have all the patterns right there at my fingertips to make all the pants. I will make an elasticated pair of pants because that's easy, but anything that has a button fly, a zipper fly, any kind of weird doodah that I have to do, then I'm just yeah, you know what, you're all right. A little bit scary, but I think as I progress throughout the months it will get easier, and I would have done flies a couple of times, I would have done different pockets a couple of times, and by the end of the year I should be a pants pro. And that's what I want. I want to kind of master making pants so that when I look at any pattern or I see a pair of pants that I want to copy, it's not intimidating to me. It's something that I can go, yes, I can do that, no problem, let's go. So hopefully by the end of this year I would have made 12 pairs of pants, whether they be shorts, jogging bottoms, jeans, wide leg pants, you name it. 12 pairs, 1 pair a month. That is goal number 1. This year I want to sew 2 coats. Didn't pick that number randomly. I already have a fair amount of coats. A lot of them are store-bought, and I am trying to kind of cut my wardrobe down by making things that I cherish and love and getting rid of the stuff that I am just not wearing. I have a cupboard full of coats that I don't wear any time of the year. It doesn't even matter because I liked them at the time. I wore them 3 or 4 times and now they're just taking up space in my closet. So I plan to donate them, maybe put some on my Depop, just get rid of them and then make the coats that I actually want and love, and that way I will probably wear them all year round. So I've already started on 1 coat, which actually it's turning out all right. I've been taking my sweet time on it so that it is actually a really nice coat when I'm done and I don't feel like I don't want to wear it. And another one I have already cut out. So hopefully by the end of March, I might have already achieved that goal. Don't worry, when I am finished with them, I will do a show and tell with you. You will see what I'm making. Goal number 3, plan. Sounds very simple. It is, but for me, it never is. Planning. Plan your sews in advance. I kind of dabbled in this a little bit in November and December of last year, and it turns out that actually that works pretty well. If you have a plan of what you're going to be sewing week to week, day to day, then you'll find that things run just a little bit smoother. There were a few last minute things that I had to kind of swap it out, but by looking at my month in advance and seeing what I'm going to be doing that month, events that I might be going to, countries that I might be traveling to, and then planning my sewing around that, everything seems just a little bit straightforward. It also allows for a little bit of a last minute changes and also evolutions if something happens. But other than that, it takes the stress out of it. 2019, I was really stressed about sewing and I was always rushing to sew something in time for something else. And I know that if I'd just taken a moment the month before or even 2 months before to just sit down and plan it out, not only would I have the items that I needed made ahead of time, but I'd just be like so much more relaxed about it. So this year, one of my sewing goals is to plan the month in advance. Say I know that like July is going to be a busy month where I'm going to be like traveling to 2 or 3 different countries, then June will be the month where I make all the clothes for July. So that's basically what I'm going to be doing. Knowing like how fast you sew things and also like the difficulty of the project, you can kind of roughly plan how many days it will take you to make something. Now, some people can sew every day. Some people can only sew like 15 minutes a day. I can actually like do like full half days, sometimes even a full day of sewing if I plan it correctly. So for me, when I plan to make something, I give it the full week to make that one item, so then it allows me to take my time and I can break it up into days. But knowing me, I'll probably end up making over 2 or 3 days, and then that gives me extra time to make something extra if I want to, or just like start on the next plan and get ahead of myself. I tried that in November and I tried it in December, and there were like 2 Christmas parties that were like sprung on me that I made a last minute dress for, but other than that, like everything kind of like worked out to plan, and it was really good, and I was really not stressed. I actually had a really good end of the year. So that's something that I'm really gonna try and like make that like a habit this year. Plan in advance. Say it with me, plan in advance. Next goal kind of goes hand in hand with planning in advance. It's not really a sewing goal, but I think it's beneficial for me and also for you guys. And that is to document everything. Yes, I do make videos, but I don't make them often enough. I have an Instagram, but like I don't really post as much as I should. So this year's goal for the Craftapreneur and also for my sewing is just to document it. Be good for me because over the year I can see all the things that I'm making, and it's good for you guys because you can see the stuff that I'm making, how I'm making, and if I've made any modifications, and maybe give you ideas on what you can do for different patterns or different fabrics. So I'm trying to keep it very simple on myself because I know I get really overwhelmed if I try to do too much. I'm breaking it down into like 3 really simple things. When I finish making an item of clothing, I'm going to take a picture of it and post it on Instagram. I will also include that item in the end of the month what did I make this month video. If the item of clothing that I'm making is a tutorial, obviously there will be an additional video showing you guys what I made and how I made it. And for every tutorial that I make, there will also be a blog post on the blog. So that's it. And I think if I just go by that really simple like 3/4 step plan, we might actually have like a consistent thing. Pairing that with the month planning in advance, that way I can plan my pictures, plan my blog posts, plan my videos, and then consistency. That's what we want, right? A consistent stream of things that I'm making so you guys can get all the information and all the details and all the tea. I think that's how it's gonna work. We will see. So goal number 4 is to document all my makes. Goal number 5 is something that I have been doing a little bit in the background. I do it occasionally, but this year I'm gonna try and really ramp it up, and that is self-drafting. I make patterns myself like quite often, but they're usually based on items of clothing that I already have, or I'm modifying a pattern that I already own. What I want to do this year, really jump into draping on the stand, and also just self-drafting my patterns pretty much from scratch, from like a sketch, and trying to work it out. Now, doing that is actually kind of difficult. There's a lot of math involved. And the first thing I'm going to do to be able to help me with that is create my own personal body measurement slopers. If you don't know what that is, a sloper is basically a block. You might have a basic bodice block and a basic skirt block. You can use that as a template and a starting point to create whatever pattern you want. So I think this year what I'm gonna firstly do is create my blocks based on my own measurement, a top one, a bottom one for a skirt and for trousers, and then a dress one. And then from there, I will use those templates to try and create my own things from scratch. I'm really excited about it, but I also know that it's something that'll be quite difficult. So when I do make something that I've created from a blog, I will let you guys know, because I'll probably be super excited about it. The other thing is draping on the stand. Now that is basically doing all of that, but on a mannequin, and just kind of manipulating fabric and pinning it in place to get the shape that you're looking for, and then creating the pattern from whatever you've created on the mannequin. Now there are plenty of videos on how you can do that online. Just type in draping on YouTube and you'll see like so many people doing it. But it's one thing to watch someone else do it, it's another thing to actually do it yourself. So I didn't really do much draping last year, but this year I'm really trying to like ramp it up and just like up my skill set. I'm trying to like elevate. So in order to do that, I have to do the difficult things. I have to do the things that scare me, and draping is one of them. So we're gonna drape quite a few things this year. And my final goal, which I think is number 6, I think it's 6, I don't know, is to make more bras. Now that sounds like really Last year I bought 7 bra patterns. How many of those bra patterns did I actually make? 0. So this year I'm going to try and make one of each bra pattern that I have. And if I add them in total, I think I have about 12. So we're looking at 1 bra a month. Now, I'm definitely not a pro when it comes to making bras. And I find that I kind of change between bra sizes. So being able to like fit a bra to actually fit me perfectly would be great, because I have to keep buying different bras, and I can just adjust and make from like patterns that I know and love. I also have so much underwear, fabric, pretty laces and elastics and all of those beautiful things, and I'm not using them, and I'm really annoyed about that. Now that I can see all my fabric around me, I am very keen to just get into my stash. So what we will be doing is shopping my stash, having a look at patterns, and we're just gonna have a crack. We're gonna wing it, we're gonna fake it until we make it, and hopefully have some bras that actually fit the boobs. And that is my final goal. And I think it's a pretty good list. I don't know, what do you think? So to summarize, this year my 2020 goals are: 1, to make 1 pair of pants per month. So that's 12 pants. I haven't even started on January's one, so I've got to get going. 2, I want to sew 2 coats this year, and I've already cut those out, so we might get that done pretty soon. 3, I want to plan all of my makes in advance, at least a month in advance, and then that way I am not stressed out. That's like great. Being less stressed is the goal. 4, document all of my makes. Instagram, blog post, video. Simple. 5, self-drafting. Draping on the stand and self-drafting my own patterns. It's gonna be difficult, but we will get there. And finally, making all the bras. Trying to make 1 bra each month. Now, these sewing goals are kind of like guidelines of what I want to be like doing and how I want to improve my skills this year. But I'm also okay with not hitting all of them. I do plan on making 12 pairs of pants, shorts, whatever, and I really do want to make 12 bras this year. But I'm also okay if I only make 9 or if I only make 8. Because every time I make a pair of pants, a bra, I drape something, I document, I'm still stepping towards my goal. So I guess the final goal number 7, is to keep going, keep moving, keep progressing, keep learning, keep sewing. Because every time you do, you'll be closer to your goal. And that is my plan for 2020. So that's it, guys. Thank you for watching to the end of the video. If you enjoyed this video, then hit that like button, send me a comment. I want to know, what are your sewing goals for this year? Let's talk in the comments. And if you haven't already, then subscribe. And if you have subscribed, then hit that notification bell so you can know when I send out another video. And I will see you guys in the next one. Happy New Year.